Hi everyone, welcome to this reading. So I have my bowl of water off to the side. I will be scrying throughout this message. If you're new to my channel, my readings are a little different. If you're turning, welcome back. You know how we do. If it doesn't resonate with you, if you're forcing the story to fit, arguing with it in any way, just leave it behind for the people who it's meant for. Okay, channel members, you guys have a message that posted yesterday, so definitely check that out if you haven't. And if you're interested in channel memberships, that link will be in the description box below. High Priestess tier, you guys will have your next manifestation video post in the next couple of days, so keep an eye out for that. Okay, I feel like these are supposed to go together, like so. So we shall do this. All right. I'm not feeling that as a dead end. Okay. Almost looking like an eye. You can see the pupil behind the hand, and there's something that's stopping, some sort of perception. There's something that we couldn't see. Okay, whoever this message is for, there's something that we weren't able to see. It's almost like things were too tangled in our minds. Maybe some busyness happening inside of our minds somewhere, and we had the answers, we had the way forward, but we weren't able to actually see it because of this tangle. And whoever's message this is, recently there's something that we were able to see. Okay, birds may be important, brambles may be important, butterflies may be important now for someone. And now it's like our eyes have opened and we're able to see something. We've seen through some sort of tangled illusions, perceptions, maybe even delusions. That word came through. And it's like, now I can see this thing. And now that you see this thing, it almost changes everything, whatever this is. We'll see if anything specific comes out, but I'm not feeling anything specific right now. So I think this message might be speaking to a very broad audience here. And the problem with this is that in order for us to see, well, not really even a problem, it just depends if someone views it that way. It's like, in order for us to see the thing for what it really is, we had to release some sort of belief or expectation or viewpoint. So there's a certain level of sacrifice, right? The butterfly has to spend so long inside of the cocoon and lose that time and sacrifice that time before it can actually emerge into a butterfly. So this transformation has required us to release something or to lose something or to sacrifice something. The thing is that if we've really seen it, I don't think that that sacrifice is something that's going to bother us all too much, because we realize that what we're stepping into is actually much more freeing. It's free of whatever this tangle is here. Being told to look at this now. Okay. So here I'm almost seeing like kind of like the center of a Vesica Pisces. So there's this energy of like a birth. So there's this new energy that's emerging here. And I'm seeing a shield. It's in terms of something that maybe served as a defense. It's like I'm here, they're there, or a me versus them. It's something that kept us in some sort of like hierarchical defense, whatever that means. Like, this is my place and this is where I belong, and all these other things, they have to be complacent to what I want, or some measure of control or some measure of comfort. That control or comfort may have even been safety. And it's almost like if I take myself out of the center of the equation, I can see it all very clearly. It's something along those lines for someone. So this feels a little bit like ego expanding or stepping outside of the like ego identity in some way. And I just heard like seeing things truly, right? Seeing things in a very factual way, not something based on our own emotions, not based on our center as emotional beings who we have our own agendas, our own desires, our own wants. This is a higher perspective that someone has recently reached. And now this is changing on me where it's like someone has touched the part of them that perceives. That's a powerful point, because that's when we start to realize how strong and how important our perceptions are. So someone has recently learned to see and find that part of themselves that is the perceiver, that is essentially creating reality to a certain degree. Flip it. Okay. Right here, it's like a ship. There's a sail. It's almost like a ship is coming in. So I think that whoever this message is for, this profound sort of, really it's an energy shift that took place because of some sort of perception that we've recently opened up to. It seems like it's bringing something in with it. You may even feel that way. You may feel like a new energy has come in because of this eye-opening experience that you've recently had. Very interesting. Okay. And I will say this, just what I keep hearing is how to live. How to live. Okay. So this one's interesting because the way that I'm feeling it is it's almost like as somebody starts walking up certain layers, right? So we get past the first floor, and we're going to the second floor, and we're going to the third floor. There's all these different ways to view things, and it's like a choice. How do I want to view this? How do I want to view this? How do I want to view this? Until we get to the very top, and our viewpoint or our perception or even personal philosophy about something is so refined that it starts to create a life of its own. It starts to create something dramatically beautiful. I don't know why dramatically is the word that is coming out for that, but it is. It's like maybe it's dramatically different from what we've previously viewed something as. There's something here about touching God, right? Because touching the perceiver and almost like this Tower of Babel sort of energy, with this tower being very high. And the three moons are very interesting: waning moon, waxing moon, full moon. So there may be something here about the next three phases of the moon being very important for somebody. Also, the twin stars here are making me think of Sirius A, Sirius B. That might be very important for somebody right now. Okay, and then moving into this energy. So we've had this last week, I believe, where there's some sort of change in terms of a signal or information that we're receiving. It's like this information, for some of you, you may perceive this as coming from like a higher self. For me, because of this reading is talking about the way that we perceive, it's like it's the information that we're basically getting from our perception, and not just our conscious mind perception or subconscious perception. The kind of eye-opening experience or the shift that someone's just experienced in terms of how they view something, it's not just something that is occurring within your conscious ego identity. It's something that's happening in very unconscious places. It's like embedded now. It's some sort of new truth that we've opened up to. It almost feels like somebody has cast off like an energetic layer in order to do this. It does feel like there's some sort of sacrifice energy, and I think that that's what it is. I think that there's some sort of storyline or narrative or some sort of heavier, dense energy that we've cast off in order to do this. And with this information, it's like it's starting to create a new path. It's starting to create something that's more simple, not as like tossed around, because this energy is very tossed around by our emotions, because we expect things to be a way, or we, demand that things turn out a certain way. It's like someone's leaving all those narratives behind because they don't actually serve us. Okay. So I spoke before about these two little mushroom guys in the background, how they're very matrixy and they're not really fully formed. And we were here, right? And now we're here. And I almost see him like counting dollar bills. So it's like there's some sort of void or lack from which we perceived something that is now filled. So there's this abundance energy that's coming into this reading here. With the three of, I don't know why I always want to call these like suits like in the tarot. They're not. I'll call it three of computers, three of technology. Yes, three of technology here. There's this lightning bolt. So there's this like divine inspiration. And this divine inspiration, it seems to be giving us multiple perspectives to hold. It's not just one screen, it's three different screens. So it's like we have these different viewpoints that we can shift between. And, I'll throw the term out there, paradigm shifting. That's what it feels like. It feels like somebody here is learning to paradigm shift. We're able to hold multiple points of view. And this is like expanding our intelligence and our awareness and our ability to conceive of things outside of maybe what serves us from a conscious ego mind. Right? Again, this is very indicative of somebody receiving or switching into a higher perspective. Storms may be important to this actual energy shift. There may have been something with that. Okay. Okay. And then we have like a little hint here at, really I think that's supposed to be a star exploding into something else. I don't know, but it's making me think of that lunar eclipse or the solar eclipse that we just had. And this right here, this symbol right here is making me think of a card in this deck, which is called the riddle. So I feel like there's some sort of riddle that we've worked out for ourselves that is making a lot more sense about something, and it's given us some sort of solution. Maybe for our, this is making me think of like a rounded heart. So maybe something that rounds out our emotions, or really fills in certain emotional spaces that we didn't really know that we needed answers for. And it's like we're just trying it out for right now. It's like, I'm just going to try out this new perception. I'm going to see if this perception can like prove itself. It's almost like somebody's experimenting in some way. Interesting. And there's a lot of pattern stuff that's taking place also for whoever this message is for. And maybe that's what this perception is about. Maybe we noticed some sort of pattern that really kind of broke open this idea for us. And I am going to take that these two are broken, because when we think about the moon occluding the sun, it has to be the dark of the moon that's facing us, right? So what that means is basically it's like the shadow occluding consciousness, or something that was unseen that is hiding the light of illumination. And so there's something here that we didn't necessarily know that we saw, or maybe a lack that we hadn't recognized. And now that we've seen it, this is what's changed everything. It's what's changing someone's course, essentially. So it's like one of those moments where you have that profound aha. And it's like, wow, I didn't even realize I was viewing it from this point of view, because that's the only way I've ever viewed it before. And then now that I see it, like, wow, that changes everything. That's kind of how it's coming across to me here. Okay, and the 7 of the mushroom gut. So again, multifaceted diamond, the different facets, the different sides to which we look at things. This is all part of a natural progression of someone's growth here. And it's like the potential here. Look at it. Look at his little butt. It's so cute. So it's like we had this potential, you know, maybe we had this area of growth, or this ability to grow. And, you know, at some point within our journey, we get very stressed out about it when it's trying to grow. Like, no, don't grow anymore, don't grow anymore. Because what does that mean? It means that life has to life us in a lot of cases. It means that, you know, things have to suddenly fall away. It means that our perceptions have to shift, and that can be very scary for people. But the further that we go, the more excited we get about these things. And I think that whoever this message is for, you're in this space of being very excited about these expansive perceptions that start to happen here. Notice this, it's like a seed, and it's got the down arrow, like we're plugging into the soil. So there's some sort of potential now that this perception has opened. I feel that this perception itself is almost like a key of potential, and that's entered like the subconscious or unconscious soil. And this essentially is the code. It's like we have all these paths that we can take. Which one will we choose? There's lots of potential here. And in this scenario, it doesn't feel like whoever I'm speaking to thinks, oh, which way is going to be wrong, which way is going to be right. It's like that's part of that higher perspective, is understanding that whatever path you're on the path. There's things that are being learned, even if like your conscious mind doesn't get the lesson. There's things that you're learning on a soul level. And this card came out the other day too. Again, going in, information that's going in, that's changing us on a soul level. Basically programming our little beastie here who shut up the other day. And so I don't know that for some of you, this perception, you may not necessarily understand how profound it is. It definitely carries the vibe of an aha or an oh shit, like wow, I see that now. but the ramifications are so much deeper. And sometimes that information isn't meant for us to consciously know. It's just like some dreams that we have. I firmly believe that sometimes when we have dreams and we're like, I don't know what that means, it's cool. You aren't necessarily consciously meant to. I think that there's a lot of things that are going on behind the scenes in terms of our aspects with ourselves communicating. And some of those communications don't require our conscious participation. And that's what I'm seeing here. It's like this seed of, right here, the seed of potential. The new information is being planted someplace very deep inside, almost like that primal nature, or maybe a belief in that's receiving confirmation bias inside of the reticular system, for example. So that's kind of how this is feeling to me, especially with the little mind map happening there. It's like the structure of things is changing, and that's what's leading to the course change, or the course evening out or becoming more simple. Okay. Okay, Chamber of Surrender. So this is kind of bringing me into that energy of like releasing some sort of control, allowing something to be what it is, and that might have something to do within that perception shift. Again, what I was hearing was how to live. So it's like releasing some sort of control in order to allow ourselves to really live fully. And there's layers to it too. Whatever the perception is, there were layers of a pattern that were involved in this. Okay. And then trust your path. Again, going back to that many paths. If you knew you would be supported, what would you do? Okay. And here, the ever unfolding rose. So again, cracked open, it's happening for you, not to you. And I think that that essence of that, it's happening for you, not to you, is part of whatever someone has recently had to surrender to. That's this perception shift. Here with the trust your path, notice there's that gate, and we also have this gate here. Okay. So look at that ascent. Look at that ascent. It's like reaching higher, right? Reaching further than maybe we allowed ourselves to reach before. I think that whatever this perception is that someone has recently reached, this aha moment, this new awareness, this new belief, or freedom of stories, there's something that someone has reached that is basically helping them climb higher in order to grow things within their life that they weren't able to reach before. I'm seeing it like that. Yeah. Okay. I'm here to pull one card from this, and then we'll be done. So I'm not going to clarify this card. I'm just going to read it because I'm feeling that someone needs to hear this. It may not resonate for everybody, but we'll do this real fast. Okay. Burn the script. You don't have to keep playing the part they wrote for you. Burn the script, rewrite the plot, and make it legendary. Okay, so whoever this message is for, I love this energy for you. Feel free to like this video, feel free to leave me a comment, and until next time.